respond to the disgusting CR number 18-075105 written by your appalling fellow fascist stooge, Deputy Meyer. I have corrected it for the facts, for the truth. You have orchestrated an assault on my constitutional and civil rights by an extremist you employ and finance by the taxpayers of New York. Quote, on the above date at approximately 1440 hours, I responded to the above location for the report of a male trespassing, end quote. Trespassing. It is a lie. This is not Oak Hill Country Club at midnight. I have made this same walk for the 7 years I've lived at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield. I pass the same individuals. It is routine. It is ordinary. Since you and your deputy fascist stooge Meyer are targeting me, you must target every single individual making such a walk because 14th Amendment. Does your demented brain understand equal protection of the laws? Quote, upon my arrival, I spoke with V. Shah, who stated that A. Chichester was on his property again today, even though he has been informed that he's not allowed to be there, end quote. V equals victim. What a joke. I'll call George Orwell about the victim status of the long-suffering Shah. If he moves his Fortune 500 law firm to 1984, perhaps he will find the proper medical care for his delicate innermost cranial menace. Informed, you know how? By screaming. And I'll describe that spectacle. I moved to 26 Sanders Farm Drive in 2012 with my girlfriend Laura. For 6 years, I made this ordinary walk. I will do the math for the big fascist brain on top. 6 times 365, 2,190. That is going to Wegmans. 6 times 365, 2,190. That is returning from Wegmans. The total 4,380 times I've walked through the Holy Roman Todd K. Baxter parking lot. Why didn't you send your 6 deputy fascist stooges to my house during the first 100 times, or the first 500 times, or the 1,000 time, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000? I now know that in sick and delusional Baxter world, I was on a criminal rampage 4,000 plus times. I was shredding the laws of New York 4,000 plus times. I know you think I should be executed, Todd the fascist stooge. Every single person walking through this parking lot one time must be arrested, because if I'm arrested, then everybody must be arrested, Todd baby. You must station a deputy fascist stooge at its entrance on Sanders Farm Drive and its exit on Penfield Road to activate your Baxter Berserk default. Quote, V. Shah stated that he confronted A. Chichester today while he, sick, on walking through the parking lot of the above address, and V. Shah stated that A. Chichester began to swear at him, told him he didn't care if he called police, and displayed his middle finger at V. Shah, end quote. Now pay attention, Todd the fascist stooge, as I explain the facts. I walked from the sidewalk on Penfield Road through the parking lot for the 4,000th time when I heard screaming. I looked behind me. I did not see V. Shah. V. Shah is going berserk in his car because I transformed him into a V for victim. Shah doesn't possess the decency to exit his vehicle and talk to me as a normal human being. Tell me, Todd the fascist stooge, when you walk into your office dungeon on Panorama Trail, do your fellow fascist stooges scream at you from inside their patrol vehicles? If this emotional collapse occurred, you would counsel the afflicted deputy fascist stooge. After polishing your office wall photograph of Benito Mussolini, of course. The exchange with Shah happened quickly, and I don't recall the language or extending my middle finger. But if I fucking swore at Nairaj fucking Shah, I certainly fucking apologize for hurting his little fucking precious feelings. If I extended my middle finger, you can see me extending my middle finger at you every day on that surveillance camera you spend taxpayer dollars upon to monitor my movements on the Consumer Insights building cult at 2025 Penfield Road. I will break the First Amendment news to you, Todd the fascist stooge. Swearing and extending a middle finger is legal. Quote, Shah further stated that he sent A. Chichester a certified letter on 9/9/17 stating that he is not allowed to be on his property. There's also been police contact after that date in which A. Chichester was reinforced by police that he's not allowed to be on V. Shah's property. Please see CR 18-020032 for further info, end quote. How was I reinforced? Did you shave my head, strap me to a wooden chair, place a wet sponge inside a steel helmet, and turn on electricity? I encourage Deputy Fascist Stooge Meyer to reinforce every individual in Monroe County walking in a parking lot. Tell her to go crazy when she is not crash landing on her face in my backyard dirt. Send CR18-020032 to my home address. I'll write the language in uppercase for your big fascist brain because you have a continuing problem with sending documents to my house. Send CR18-020032 to my home address. The certified letter is from Layla Shah on behalf of Nayrod Shah and is attached. This incestuous, pathetic pair live in an alternate reality with Humbert Humbert from the American Bar Association. Quote, Rule 1.7, conflict of interest, current client/client-lawyer relationship. A, except as provided in paragraph B, a lawyer shall not represent a client if the representation involves a concurrent conflict of interest. A concurrent conflict of interest exists if, quote, the representation of one client will be directly adverse to another client, or there is a significant risk that the representation of one or more clients will be materially limited by the lawyer's responsibilities to another client, a former client, or a third person, or by a personal interest of the lawyer. Shah representing Shah is a concurrent conflict of interest and a, quote, personal interest of the lawyer, end quote. I hope Shah and Shah bill each other after going berserk thinking about my feet on the sacred concrete only Shah and Shah are permitted to traverse. If any single human being on planet Earth sets one foot on the sacred concrete, Utah, the fascist stooge, must run over to Shah's residence and take the report. Tell me, why am I the only individual that has activated the fanaticism of Sikh Shah and Shah? Does each think I'm the only resident of Penfield and Monroe County walking on the consecrated cement of the Holy Roman Todd K. Baxter parking lot? 20-plus individuals a day place feet on it. I encourage you to wash the feet of Shah and Shah, Todd the fascist stooge, as to improve the quality of life for each one experiencing this concrete. The 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. Perhaps you've heard of it, Todd the fascist stooge. Quote, no state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, and property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws, end quote. Every single person walking through this parking lot one time must be arrested, because if I'm arrested, then everybody must be arrested, Todd, baby. If you, Todd the fascist stooge, refuse to arrest every single person walking upon the sanctified cement that Shah claims he owns, then you abridge my 14th Amendment right. Quote, upon my arrival, I spoke with V. Shah, who stated that H. Chichester was on his property again today, even though he has been informed that he's not allowed to be there, end quote. Informed? How? This is the same lie. I was not, quote, informed he's not allowed to be there, end quote. Shah believes screaming at me inside his vehicle qualifies as informed. For the 4,000th time, I am simply walking on a cement my feet of grace for 7 years. This is the same cement 20-plus individuals every day have a contact upon, every single day and night. Do you comprehend this activity, Todd the fascist stooge? Why have you not arrested each one of these individuals? I can see every individual walking through this parking lot from my downstairs and upstairs windows. I frequently see a man and woman. The man is walking his dog. You need to direct V. Shah to file a police report on this man and woman. Each must be arrested and brought to your Monroe County jail and handcuffed inside the jail so the toilet can't be reached like me. The dog is obviously transforming Shah and Shah into a V for victim. This dog has no heart. This dog is a rampaging degenerate. This dog is traumatizing V. Shah. You, Todd the fascist stooge, undoubtedly want to euthanize this dog. Quote, he has been informed that he's not allowed to be there, end quote. I will tell you how to inform an individual, Todd the fascist stooge. You initiate a conversation. You talk. I attempted to conduct a conversation with this mentally unbalanced Shah. He refused because he manipulates you and your deputy fascist stooge Meyer to speak on his behalf. He doesn't possess the decency and integrity to talk because he believes in a police state. After he refused to speak with me, he called your office. And two of your deputy fascist stooges are at my door again. One incident is disgusting. I walk my dog on the land behind my house. His employee prisoner opens a window. She screamed. Screaming is the way one communicates in the demented universe of Shah and Shah. I did not understand a word from his hysterical, incoherent employee prisoner. 30 minutes later, two of your deputy fascist stooges are in front of my house in two separate vehicles. Each is standing on my lawn. Next to your fellow fascist stooges is the animal control officer. He has a pole in his hand with a noose attached. This is a pole for a wild animal. My wonderful little guy weighs 12 pounds. These lunatics demand that I surrender my wonderful little guy. It is a vicious confrontation. I told each I would have to be killed to surrender him. My neighbors witnessed this nauseating spectacle you created, Todd the fascist stooge. I've demanded the video of me standing at the edge of this parking lot 10 times. The fact that you refuse to send it to me confirms you are 1, guilty of destroying the video, 2, guilty of obstructing justice by withholding the video. Which crime are you committing, Todd the Fascist Stooge and Deputy Fascist Stooge Meyer? Send me the video and fulfill your obligation to comply with my Freedom of Information Law filing right now. Answer my FOIL. You refuse to send me the video because it is an indictment of your sleazy, extra-constitutional attack on my civil and constitutional rights. Quote, V. Shah signed an information stating he wants H. Chichester arrested for being on his property again today. End quote. Sheriff Shah wants me arrested. You have been replaced, Todd the Fascist Stooge. Sheriff Shah doesn't scream about an arrest for the 20-plus individuals placing feet on the Holy Roman Todd K. Baxter parking lot. Only me, Todd, baby. What is an information Shah signed? Define an information, Todd the Fascist Stooge and Deputy Fascist Stooge Meyer. Consult a Merriam-Webster dictionary in your hyperbaric oxygen chamber headquarters and look up information. Because I don't know what the hell you were talking about with an information. I recommend The Elements of Style by E.B. White and William Strunk Jr. I'm delighted you concocted this information specifically for my handsome countenance. I'm ecstatic that you continue to go berserk with the creation of laughable documents. I'll order a supply of nitrous oxide for you and Deputy Fascist Stooge Meyer whenever you encourage a fake victim to sign a, quote, information. Mail to my home address this ludicrous, quote, information, end quote. Do you understand? You will receive a Freedom of Information Law document to produce this information. I will tell you in advance what you will do. You will refuse to send me this information signed by Shah. I will predict your response to this communication. You will call your Deputy Fascist Stooges sitting in the 2 vehicles parked beside Wegmans at 2157 Penfield Road. Your Deputy Fascist Stooges are in these 2 vehicles because of the murderers, rapists, arsonists, and other degenerates in the Danny and Colleen Wegman crime family. You will order them to my house. Quote, warrant advised, end quote. A warrant for my arrest by Deputy Fascist Stooge Meyer is an appalling abuse of power and a disgusting reaffirmation that you must be removed from office by the state legislature sitting in Albany. These are the crime statistics in Rochester for 2016. Todd the Fascist Stooge. Pay attention. The numbers are a likely indicator of the criminal acts occurring in the city as I read this to you. Murders, 43. Rapes, 161. Robberies, 670. Assaults, 971. Burglaries, 1,475. Thefts, 563. Auto theft, 664. Arson, 101. This is called criminal behavior, Todd the Fascist Stooge and Deputy Fascist Stooge Meyer. This is criminal behavior you are responsible for preventing and controlling. This is criminal behavior that has real identifiable victims rather than your phony, laughable V. Shah. I hope V. Shah obtains the appropriate psychiatric counseling and medication for this pathetic victim status you concocted for him. It is 7:15 a.m. I am finished with this writing and it is time for my morning run. I will walk outside and communicate with you via your camera. You spent taxpayer dollars on the Jonestown building at 2125 Penfield Road to buy a camera specifically for my star appearances to detect if I place one big toe in the Holy Roman Todd K. Baxter parking lot. I'll stand in front of your camera, raise both my fists, and extend one finger from each fist. You are unfit for public office. You are a disgrace. You are not even qualified to work the cash register next to the teenagers at your Wegmans headquarters. Resign.